You know, today we have a fun little nugget for you. When I was in Bordeaux this last April and May, I stumbled across this little nugget. 2005 Chateau Calon. That's no relation to Calon Segur. It comes from a very tiny appellation in the right bank called Saint-Emilion Saint-Georges. Or is it Saint-Georges-Saint-Emilion? Hold on, let me look at the bottle. Oh yeah, Saint-Georges-Saint-Emilion. It's tiny. I mean, it's like 400 hectares or 500 hectares or something like that. I mean, but it's at the highest point in the right bank. So when you, if you've ever been to Bordeaux and never been to the right bank, you know, there is the Côte, and then you have the plateau, right? Then you have the Golden Triangle, and then you have like Pomerol with all its weird terroirs, and then you have all these outlying satellites like Lussac, Saint-Emilion, and Montagne, Saint-Emilion, et cetera, and of course you have Saint George, Saint-Emilion. And Saint George is, again, the highest point in the right bank. And when you were at the plateau and when you have this mix of clay and limestone and gravel, but when you get to these areas, the limestone kind of pops up a little bit more, just like in Castillon, for example. And so here you have very steep slopes with a thin layer of clay over limestone. And limestone is like a sponge. It retains water, but it also reflects sun. And so you get these beautifully ripe grapes in this little area, neck of the woods. And there's not a lot of wines that come from here. But anyways, I'm digressing, well, sort of digressing, but I'm really talking about this wine. So I go to this negociant tasting, and I see this is there. I'm like, is this like just a sample of the half bottle? Like you got the full bottles? He's like, no, sorry, I don't have the full bottles. I only have the half bottles. That was probably a really bad French accent. But nevertheless, half bottles of Chateau Calon. And this wine just lit me up. And why? Well, 2005, as you well know, is a fantastic vintage. And the wines of 2005 remind me a lot of 1986 Bordeaux, where they took forever to come around. And the 2005s are just starting to show their stuff. And as you know, we've sent out some 2005 offers in the past. But this wine was just fun, with a capital F. It's fun. And ooh, that smells good. The owner, Jean-Noël Boisdon, you know, he has like a very small parcel, but it's his own winery. He does everything by hand. He hand picks, and harvests the grapes. He redid his chai. His chai is like a surgical room. I mean, it is. So when I was like tootling around, I went by there. And because sometimes, like on the weekends when it's kind of slow, and Sundays nobody works in Bordeaux, and especially in the right bank, they're all sleeping till noon because they partied the night before. But I like to just get in my car and drive around. And so, but this place is, like I said, it's small, but it is so precise. And again, right bank, so Merlot dominant. But he does have Cabernet Sauvignon and Cabernet Franc as well in the blend. Wow! Sweet mushrooms, currants, little fig, silky tannins, but they're there. They're still there. It's 05. Boy, I mean, this guy he's meticulous about the wines he makes. And I've tasted other vintages of his wines, and we sold other vintages of his wines. But when I saw these cool little half bottles, I had to jump on them. Delicious. What are we, like 13 bucks on this or something crazy? $12.98. I mean, you just need a case just to have, you know. It's like, okay, what do you feel like? I don't know. What do you feel like? I don't know. I don't feel like drinking that much tonight. Oh, let's break out a half bottle of 2005. It's that kind of wine. I mean, take home, drink. Because it's perfect, you know. Long day, maybe I've been tasting. I just don't feel like, you know, cracking open a bottle and stuff. And awesome. Awesome wine. Great price. Totally fun. You know what to do. They are half bottles, okay? So remember, they're not full bottles. They're 375s. So if you're shipping and you see 375s come in your shipment, you're like, hey, what's going on here? 375. Buy now. You won't regret it.